everybody, and welcome back to another Reimann video. Today we are going to be fixing an old wooden ladder. Not a step ladder, but an old wooden ladder that we like to use here around the farm. Earlier this month, our dad, he was cleaning out the gutters, and then all of a sudden, one of the rungs that looks like this snapped right in half. So we're going to show you what we have to do to fix it so that we can get it back into use. Enjoy the video.
Hello everybody, this is Ethan's dad to explain a couple things about the basics of this ladder. Now as you can see, you've got your sidewall, your spindles, and then a little metal rod, and I think this helps just keep everything put together. And the biggest difficulty I had was how do we get everything apart so that we can get the spindles out without wrecking it. So as you look down the length of the ladder, I've already removed 4. Believe it or not, this one's already been repaired, but I thought, hey, I don't see a video on YouTube, so let's just go ahead and make our own and show you. So, first thing I had to do was use some lubricating oil to try to loosen the rods, and even if you want to move over on this side, there is a threaded nut that keeps these metal rods from separating, at least for the ladder's sake. And so we had to get in there and loosen it up. So I did that, waited a couple minutes. Actually, I waited overnight because this isn't a fast-paced job, and that helped. So when it came time to get the washers off, so to speak, then we were taking a vice grip here, and then I had a couple of different ideas on how to take this off so that it wouldn't be an issue. One was the pliers, but if they're really stuck in there, this wasn't going to move. So I actually ended up using 2 screws and just screwing them into the little notches that these washers had, and that actually kept it so I could get a little bit of force. And now it's perfect, to be honest with you. So we'll let that be. Now I am only going to fix the bottom 4 rungs because that's how many I want to do, and those probably get the most force. Okay, so to show you how we got these out and how we got these loosened further, if you look, some of these didn't want to come out so good, so I would just cut them in half. We got really lucky on this old guy. It actually did come out. You'll notice there's a little hole here as well, and that is from these old nails that they would push through the wood, and then that would keep your spindle from spinning when you were climbing up it. So that was a really nice deal. I did learn something that I should have known from the beginning. One, don't use popple wood because it's a softwood, and one step on it, you'll just break it. So all your hard work goes right out the window. I highly recommend oak, and we picked this up from our local hardware store, so it wasn't too bad. At the end of the day, this is the only amount of cost I have in this ladder, is the spindle. All right, so we had to get the nails out. Some of them I could pull. Other ones I just loosened the old dowels because we're not going to use them anyway. And once they gave free, I could put a pliers inside, and they honestly they just came right up. So we're going to use those again. I mean, I could put screws into it, but I'm not too worried about this, and it's kind of nice to keep it looking old. So that's what we've got. To match up the ends of the spindle, I just did an old-fashioned. I just eyeballed it with a pencil, and then I also did the end and marked that, and then I started whittling, and then as the project is going on, I've decided I'm just going to Dremel a nice edge, so that looks pretty good. I don't have a lathe. If you have a lathe, obviously you're going to have a great time. But for the rest of us, I'm just going to whittle the ends and sand it, and we're going to call it a day. And that's how this guy got in there. And one final thought for you all. You can shine up the old metal. Typically you just you can hit it with a sander. I also know that steel wool does a good job. So your choice. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, clean it up or not, but that's another thing you can do. And that, my friends, is how we are going to complete this project. So, yeah, watch the rest of the film. Alright everyone, we're just checking this out. I'm at the point where I want to start sanding the dowel down a little bit, so we put it in between just to give it a test. That's how the farther it wants to go. So I know I'm good, because I want to have more or less a tight joint when I put this in. So I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding, and then we'll grab some outdoor wood glue for that next step. But there you go. Welcome back to our second day of this video. As you can see, we have now completed all of our 4 bars. I'm putting in the last of these little metal ties, I guess I'd call them. And that's gonna keep it healthy. Get this back through. For some reason, this one is the most difficult. Not to worry. And then put this nut back on it.
Tricky here.
Yeah.
Brownie came up to say hi.
And then the last piece that I'm going to do to keep these spindles from moving is put the nails back in them. And then I just have to make my own for that. But I don't think the original one is long enough, so we're going to make one just a little longer here. Hi. This isn't quite long enough, and I think it's just the way that they did it. So we're going to make one of these with essentially an 8-penny nail. And I'm just going to Dremel the end off. And Ethan wanted us to show you that too. So, cue the fast motion.
Okay, we're gonna put it in now.
You can see we're going to have plenty of meat in there, so that's good. We're done! Yeah!
I'm gonna test out the ladder. That works surprisingly well.
Yep, we lost you.
I'm very afraid of heights. It works!
And this is how you know it's good. 200-pound guy jumping on a ladder. Yeah! So, thanks for joining. Stay classy.